Right guys, welcome back to another video. In this video, it's going to be like part one to sort of like a 2, 3, 4, 5 part series or whatever. We're going to be disassembling the head today. In this one mainly, showing you how to take out the valves, the buckets. Well, we've already done the buckets, but pretty much everything pictured in here will take you through how to take it all out. In the other videos, we will be like porting, polishing, port matching, skimming and cleaning the head, so we'll send it off to get skimmed and we'll clean it ourselves. Replacing valve seals, the valves, relapping the valves, installing the stage 2 Gnewman cams that I'm running in my build. I'm not running stage 3 or stage 1, I'm going to go stage 2. And then valve clearance adjusting, I believe. And then just reassembling the head all back together, and then it will then come into the part where we put it onto the main block. So that will be like, there'll be like a video for head, video for the main block, and then reassembling the whole thing together once it's all done. So I'm going to set up the camera and then take you through how to remove all of this nice stuff here that you've already seen us take out these. Make sure you do not get all of this mixed up. This stuff's fine, it's mainly the valves here, so make sure you label them. So let me set up the camera and we'll get on with that. Right guys, so we've got the engine sort of on like a trolley just so you can see a little bit better with the camera. We've got a valve spring compressor here. So we already, like I said, we've already done the first one. So what you want to do is sort of hook this on here. And then if you see round the back, if there's enough light, you're just going to wind this until it sits like that, and it's going to compress the spring on top so you can remove everything. I'll show you what to do next once I've got this set up. Should be able to get a nice look in there. I believe that is enough. You just want to grab a small screwdriver, and there's 2 little clips what I showed you on the valves over there, just either side. Be careful not to lose those. They look just like this, and there's 2 of them. That's what goes around the valve itself. So you just use a magnetic screwdriver to get those out. So that's number 2. Right. And then you're slowly going to release this back off. And the sort of, like, I don't know what you want to call it, but it's like the spring. It basically just keeps the spring in. There's one on the top and one on the bottom. Should pop out. Okay, so that should be the first one out. Got it. So there you go, there's sort of thing that holds the top of the spring in. That one out, and that's your spring itself. You can upgrade these, I'm choosing not to. And then there's one seal at the bottom that you need a special tool to get out.
Pull out the valve first, basically. Just push it through.
And it should, as you can see from sound, come out the back. So this is the stuff that you don't want to mix up. So make sure you label this, like put a bit of masking tape on, label it 1, 2, 3, or whatever. We've got it all laid out nicely over here, which we'll show you after.
Twist and then lift out, basically.
Okay, and that is your seal, which you'll probably want to replace these. I've got, I think, Vic Terrain's one. So the other thing we're having trouble with is getting the bottom one out. You probably want a very strong magnet to get these out, but when we clean the engine, these should sort of flow out. So I wouldn't worry too much about those ones. If you are cleaning that, it should be easy to get back out. We're gonna repeat the same process for the rest of these, and the same for the rears as well, or the exhaust side, and vice versa. So we shall catch you back. We'll probably time like this bit just so you can see us taking it out, but we're just gonna take all of these out and we'll skip to the part on to the next step. Right guys, so everything is out of here apart from these little spring seal things here. They're the same as those, but like I said, these probably come out when we like wash down the head. They'll probably just flow out with the water pressure. This is how it should all look. Like I said, the only thing that matters is you label these valves. So make sure they're all labeled and they're all to the corresponding buckets or whatever you want to call them. Everything else in between don't really matter, just give all this a clean. You're replacing the seals, I would highly recommend. These, doesn't matter which ones you use, same with these. So obviously you can probably tell which one are the exhaust valves compared to the inlet, because they look cleaner and these look disgusting, full of carbon. So the next part of the video is we're going to show you quickly how to take apart the cams ready for the stage 2 Gnuma cams. If you're not going cams, don't need to watch this part. And then after that, we're going to show you roughly how we're going to mark up ready for the porting and polishing, but we are going to clean that before we port and polish. So this is just a rough guide on what you need to mark up. So let me set up the camera quickly. Right guys, so if you're replacing the cams, an easy way to get it off is just to shove it in a vise, because this part of the cam you are replacing, you're only keeping these bits here. So I think it's a T50? A T5?
T55.
T55, sorry. Whack it in there and just crack it loose. Make sure you don't go the wrong way like I was just about to. And try not to round it. So I'll probably just round it before. Oh no, there you go. So crack that.
So that's a little end cap with a little O-ring in it to seal it, because there's oil in there.
There you go. As Sam said in the background, guys. Sam's like the voiceover for this part, because I have not a clue what I'm doing.
The whole vice just broke.
Probably. No, my luck.
Just fall out.
Is it broken to me?
Oh yeah, it's broken, that's fine.
Huh?
What do you mean? There's a massive fuck off crack there.
Oh. So guys, I don't know my own strength, so we're gonna have to find another solution to try and get this off. But if you want to donate a nice vice to us, let us know. But yeah, we're just gonna crack these off camera and then show you what else to do. Well, Sam can explain it quickly. Sam will jump in the camera.
Hi guys. So basically you just remove the T55, I think it's like an M12 bolt, so it's pretty big. And then you got a T30 on the back side, which got here. It should be loose enough. This one you'll be very careful of, because it's a very shallow bolt, so it will like round out very easily. This end, we can then take off the, I can't remember what they call it, it's just like it senses where the cam is with a little magnet on these top pieces to tell you where the cams are with the ECU. And that's that. So we've got the bolts loose on the other cam. this side, which is lets you then take the cam sprocket off with the VVT inside it. So once the bolt's loose, you can then move the actual sort of sprocket separate to the cams. So you've got a massive bolt for that, and then you can then just separate these, pull them apart. So you've got two there, and then once you get your new cams as well, once you get the new ones, you got some like piston rings here. You just have to move those over to the Newman cams, and then that'll be decent. And then you've got a seal as well, that just goes on there. So buy a new one of those. Job done.
Right guys, so obviously we're going to try and get this off another time. Got this one off. We've labelled it inlet just so we know. So that's the main part of. The other thing, like you said, on this one that Sam said, is you're using these little piston sort of rings for the cams. These don't really matter which ones you use, they're both pretty much the same. But you will want to replace the seal. Fucking out, breaking everything. The seal that goes on the back of these. So I don't think it really matters. I think the Victor Reigns ones will be fine if you want to use those. You're probably going to end up spending like 50 quid for a genuine Ford one. Right guys, so we brought the engine and parts back to my house to jet wash it with some hot water. So we just got a little ghetto set up there. We're literally just going to jet wash it all down, scrub it a bit. I'll probably just time lapse it, but I won't include too much because it's pretty simple. If you can, get some oven cleaner on the outside, maybe on some of the oil stains as well. But yeah, I'll turn the camera around and you can watch the rest. Right guys, so we cleaned the head with the pressure washer as you saw, just to get like all the gunk and stuff out. I'm just going to scotch this. We're going to mark up the holes for porting here, so we got some like paint marker for that. So Sam's going to do that quickly with me. So as you can see guys, Sam's just going around with a little white pen. White pen, white paint marker. That's a lot better actually. So I'll take you off the camera guys so you can see. So they're all marked up there, so you can see like the white paint there. So obviously this will be in the next step of the video. This one I'm just going to scotch right down the head and out. Basically this is the disassembling and cleaning, then I'll do another video for the porting and stuff like that, and maybe the reassembling depending how much time I've got. But now take this back over and you just want to clean off all this and get your head skimmed if you need it. Some people don't, I do. You can do it a budget way, but I'm just going to get a shop to do it, I think. But we shall see what we're doing for time. So we're also going to clean up this side as well. So I'll put a camera on me and Sam will get to work on that quickly. Right guys, so the cleaning process is pretty much done. Right, we got most of it off before we do like a really deep clean off. We get the head skimmed and that. I was just checking the ports on this, so obviously I lined this up to this, and like all the ports pretty much like perfect, so that's fine. And I just matched up this, and you can see where I've marked the white, so that says obviously how much we can port out to, just so it matches this because we're port matching. And I've done the same on the other side, as you saw beforehand. So that is pretty much done, so I'm still doing that. Yeah, we clean up probably the inlet as well, the inlet manifold. But I think that's it for this video. And then obviously we're gonna jump into the next video, which is gonna be like the porting, polishing. I don't know, depending on how much time we got, because it might take a while, maybe do the valve clearances, everything like that, and then we'll do a reassemble video. But it's probably gonna be 2 more parts to this, unless we do one really big video, but I'll try and keep them short and snappy. But yeah, if you enjoyed the video, leave a like, comment, subscribe, and let me know what you want to see next. As I said in the previous video, only like 80% of you, no, 20% of you are subscribed and 8% of you aren't. So let's, you know, subscribe to the channel and help me out, because we've just hit 2K, yeah, 2,000 subscribers. So thank you very much for that. Didn't think that would ever happen. You know, it's not a big number, but we move. Yeah, so I shall catch you guys in the next video.